I will offer Sufi grind as opening meditation. As always, if you prefer to be in a still place for meditation, to focus on your breath, you're welcome to sit or to lie down. And you can change your mind at any point in the first few moments of practice. If you're sitting with me, take a big breath in to lengthen your spine, expand your ribs, expand your heart. And on the exhale, lean forward slightly and start to draw small circles with a relatively straight spine. So you can feel for the tailbone, the sacrum, tracing little circles on the earth between your sitting bones. You can feel the weight shift from hip to hip. Invite your breath down into these sensations in your base. And breath moves the low belly. Inhale, feel the low belly release over the pelvis. At the end of the exhale, hug the low abdominals in and up. Wake up the lowest parts of the spine, down in the pelvis, around the low abdominals. And as they free up to the movement, maybe the circles are smoother, growing. Stay with your breath and follow your body's lead. If it wants to move into bigger circles or more free-form organic movement. Breath seeping into the darker, stiffer areas, not by force. And spacious awareness. We'll keep going for about a dozen breaths. If you have been circling in one direction, now's a good time to pause and reverse your circles. Excuse me. Any accident. And slowly wind your way back to center. You can still be lying down if that's how you chose to start your breathing. We'll take Brahmari through all 7 centers today. Bee buzz breath. Starting at the crown, we'll just do 1 buzz for each center. If you'd like to use your hands somewhere at the top of the skull. We'll breathe in, breathe out with a humming sound. And for these higher energetic regions, higher chakras, a little bit of a higher tone. If you like to visualize, you can visualize white light coming into or emanating out of your brain. Let's breathe in. Moving down to the third eye. I like to put one hand over my eyes, the other hand at the base of my skull, so I can buzz my brainstem between my 2 hands, my pineal gland, pituitary gland. You don't have to use your hands. You can just imagine or feel into your third eye, the brow point above between your 2 eyes. If you like to visualize color, usually purple. Take a breath. Coming down to the throat region, anywhere between the collarbones, through the jaw, tongue and mouth, neck. Some say ears. I think hearing, listening, as well as speaking are part of the chakra. Some say the ears are part of the brain, the 6th. You can feel intuitively into that. If you're visualizing a color, often indigo or a real vibrant blue. With a soft tongue, buzz this region. Inhale. Moving down to the heart. It's between navel, diaphragm and collarbones. Front of heart, back of heart, lymph nodes under the armpits. Anywhere in this area. Summertime green is often associated. Breathe into your heart. Solar plexus, 3rd chakra. Now, around the belly button, all your abdominal viscera, your digestive organs, the ribs, any musculature here, abdominal musculature. Bright yellow or bronze color, sunshiny. Inhale. Moving down below the navel, low belly, reproductive, internal organs, sacrum in the back, all the hip musculature and bones. Inhale. Forgot to indicate that area is usually seen as orange. And then we move into the red earth roots, sitting bones down to the ground. So anything in the legs. Bones are usually included in this area. External genitalia and eliminatory organs. Nice earthy buzz. Let's take one vibration for all of it. So if you're in a place where you can sing out an Om, rub your hands together. If not, you'll buzz. Or if there was a favorite center, something extra interesting, put your hands back on that. So warm, tingly hands on your body or in prayer. Huge breath in, fill low belly, mid belly, heart, and rise. Let's move into pelvic tilts. Either come to tabletop on your hands and knees. If that does not sound inviting for your hands or knees, then lie on your back. I'll demonstrate that in a moment, but I'll also talk you through it so you can probably figure it out. If you're in tabletop, neutral table, hands maybe a little wider than shoulders to allow your shoulders to have space before they're warmed up. And then press the ground away. Get a little lift out of the shoulders. Pelvis straight back, tailbone, pubic bone, sitting bones, reaching back. Top rim of the sacrum softly down. So there's a natural curve to low back. We're untucking the tail. If you're lying on your back, your sacrum, the back of your pelvis, is heavy, planted on the earth. Bottom ribs are heavy on the earth. The low back is light. Tabletops. Inhale, top rim of sacrum towards the sky. Now taking the natural curve out of low back. If you're lying on your back, top rim of sacrum pressing into the ground, flattening low back. Exhale, top rim sacrum to the floor. And if you're on your back, top rim sacrum lifts off the floor, caving up the low back. Repeating like that. Inhale, top rim sacrum sky. Relax your neck. Exhale, top rim sacrum floor. Feel for the low ribs staying where they are, not ballooning out like cat-cow. Keep going. Keeping the ribs and shoulders fairly steady so you can decouple this movement of the pelvis, the low back, from the rest of the spine. It might be tempting to go into a full cat and cow, but keep the neck relaxed, the rest of the spine fairly, not stiff. Your ribs are still expanding with breath. But a lot of our spinal back issues, I think, and I'm observing, come from our arms, our legs, our hips, pulling, stressing the spine. So let's create some space and some freedom. All right, those of you lying on your backs will grow the movement, adding the arms. Next time you inhale, top rim sacrum off the earth, bring the arms up overhead, opening up front body more. Exhale, top rim sacrum floor, arms down. Maybe the tailbone tucks up. This is almost like a supine cat and cow. Those of you in tabletop, we're going to shift to the upper end of the spine. You can come down onto elbows if your hands are getting tired. Neutralize your pelvis, tailbone, sitting bones straight back. Feel for top rim, sacrum soft, but the ribs still in. Inhale, chest down toward your thumbs between your straight arms. Shoulder blades rise behind you. Exhale, press the ground away. Lift the upper back between your shoulder blades. Neck can relax here too. Inhale, chest sinking. Upper back softening. Exhale, upper back rising. So now we're trying to free the shoulders from the spine with subtle movement. Keeping, again, the low ribs fairly steady, except for the expansion of breath. The pelvis fairly steady. 3 more breaths. Oh, hi, Nikki. Hi, Linda. And after you complete your 3rd breath for your shoulders, if you want to do some free form cat cows or other movements, check out how your spine feels. Go for it. We'll all be transitioning onto our backs. Now, come onto your back. Hug both knees into chest. If rocking serves you well, those of you who just found your way onto your back, get comfortable. Massage the sides of the back, the pelvis into the earth. Notice if you need any propping, padding for your pelvis, a pillow for your head, so your low back can relax. Let's do dipping frog. Yeah. And bring your knees forward over your pelvis, flex your feet, arms down alongside body, or some of you will put your hands underneath your seat to support a little tilt in the pelvis so the low back can relax on the ground. If you are okay keeping the low back natural, not pressing into the mat, maintain that. Breathe into the back bottom ribs. Relax your low belly. Exhale, hug your low belly in. We'll keep breathing like that. Keep this 90-degree angle at the knees as you inhale into back bottom ribs. Right heel taps down without bending the knee anymore. Exhale, pull low belly in, come back to center. Inhale, back bottom ribs, left heel towards earth, relax low belly. Exhale, hug low abdominals in, pull the knee back up. Again, like that. Breathe into back bottom ribs, right heel towards earth. It might not touch, it doesn't have to. Exhale, pull your belly in to come up. Inhale, back ribs, left heel down. So front ribs will want to blow out, keep them in. Exhale, hug low abdominals in to pull it up. Open your legs into frog, straddle your thighs, separate your feet, flex your feet. Take a breath into back bottom ribs. Here, exhale, pull low belly in, press the low back flat without moving your thighs any closer to your shoulders. Widen your thighs. Inhale, set the sacrum back down, low back relaxes. Bring your legs back together, exhale. One more full round. Inhale, left heel taps down. Back bottom ribs expand so the front body is steady. Exhale, pull belly in. Inhale, low back ribs, right heel taps. Exhale, pull low belly in. Again, inhale, back bottom ribs, left heel down. Relax low belly. Exhale, engage low belly. Inhale, spread back ribs, right foot. Exhale, hug low belly in. Inhale, open your legs into frog. Exhale, pull low belly in, press the low back flat. Inhale, return sacrum onto earth, release low back. Exhale, bring your legs together. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock out, circle the knees if that feels like a sweet massage for your sacrum. One more abdominal piece here on our backs. Either oblique toner or a revolved abdominal pose. Once again, come into your chair leg shape. Some of you, again, hands under hips will be helpful. Now, two variations of this. Open your arms out to a T. One variation is a tiny movement. Inhale to drop your knees towards the right. The left hip rises, maybe an inch. Relax low belly. Exhale, pull low belly in to come back to center. And breathe into back bottom ribs. Tip to your left. Exhale, pull the low belly in to come back to center. Some of you will go to each side 3 more times to each side with that small movement. Some of you, bigger movement, take a breath in center. On exhale, bring your knees all the way over to your right hand, left knee reaching for right hand. Inhale, back to center. So reverse breath. Exhale to drop the knees. Your right shoulder might come off the mat. That's fine. Try to keep right fingertips down. Inhale, back to center. So you guys with the bigger movement, on the exhale, drop your knees 2 more times to each side. Smaller movement, use the inhale for the little twist. It's a way to release tension from the obliques. When you are complete, straighten your legs out on your yoga mat. Reach your arms up overhead. Banana asana. Walk your feet, actually, with your legs straight, arms up. Again, feel for sacrum planted and the low back ribs sinking onto the mat. You might need something underneath your head so you don't feel like you're thrusting off the mat here. I want chest soft, bottom ribs down. Then walk your feet over to the left. Option to hook left ankle over right. An option to catch your right wrist overhead. You can do this without your arms up if that bothers shoulders. Sinking the right side ribs down, breathe into the length of the right side body. And if you want more traction in right hip, try crossing right ankle over left and see how that feels. There are days where hooking either ankle bothers my pelvis low back, so you don't have to hook. All right, release your hands, release your feet. Take baby steps over to the other corner of your mat. Maybe hook right ankle over left to begin. Maybe catch the left wrist and traction your left arm up. Relax shoulder, relax ribs down, relax hip down. Breathe into your open left side of spine. Option to switch the cross of your ankles to left over right. And release wrist, release feet, walk back to center, roll onto your belly. Actually, let's come all the way up to standing. Take about 6 breaths in your transition. If you want to cat, cow, or down dog on your way up, please do. sun breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to your heart. Half sun salute, or if you don't want to go up and down, stay with the sun breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive, or roll down. Inhale, half lift. Hands can press against your shins or thighs as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, arms up. Your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samasthiti. Standing Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, arms up. Catch your left wrist. Back my camera up so you can see wrist. And if this is okay on shoulder, turn your palm out to the left, like your thumb is forward. And then stretch over to the right. Rest your head right on the right shoulder. And send breath into the left side of the spine, especially up around the shoulder joint. Ground both feet down. Inner and outer feet are grounded, arches rising. And press down with your feet to pull your spine back up. Inhale, center. Change hands. Catch your right wrist. And if this is an okay rotation, turning thumb forward, palm out. Stretch it over to the left. Rest your head on left shoulder. Sending breath into the rib cage itself, into the upper parts of the spine around the shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Or if you're not forward folding, hands to heart center. Forward folds. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Standing Ardha Chandrasana, round 2. Arms up, catch your left wrist. This time, turn your palm in, if this is a safe rotation. Like your thumb's turning behind you. Maybe the hand faces behind you and the point of the elbow points forward. And draw your arm across to the right. Rest your head on right shoulder. Press left foot down. And now feel for the traction in the lower part of the spine as you breathe the back ribs up. Maybe press left hip out to the side a little. Center. Inhale, change hands. Turn the right palm behind you, wrapping your shoulders, what we're doing, dragging the shoulder blade around, and then side bend to the left. Feel for the right foot grounded, inner and outer foot. Breathe into the right side ribs. Right side waist. Come back to center. Utkatasana. Sit back into your chair and bring your arms forward. Sit back some more. Tail way back. Scoop your belly and ribs in. Inhale. Exhale, little twist. Right arm back. Inhale forward. Exhale, left arm opens. Inhale, arms forward or reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold or return to Samastitihi if you're not folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Samastitihi. One more standing Ardha Chandrasana variation. Optional, cross your left foot over your right. You can stay on the toes or you can plant the foot down so your feet are on backwards. Arms up. Either interlace fingers, except for index finger, cross your thumbs, or take one of the arm positions we already did, whichever one really served you. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, reach over to your right. Squeeze thighs, squeeze glutes. So it's like you've got one strong bound leg instead of two wobbly ones. Breathe into the back ribs. Lift them away from sacrum. Exhale, press your arms back. Squeeze thighs, squeeze glutes to pull you back up. Inhale. Exhale, release arms, release legs. Other side, right over left. If crossing the legs doesn't work for you, don't cross your legs. Either interlace fingers with the opposite thumb on top, if you can figure that out, or catch a wrist, catch right wrist. Exhale, reach over to the left. Squeeze your thighs, especially if you want to push your hips to the right. Relax head and neck right onto the left shoulder. But yes, if you're working on the balance, keep your eyes steady. If you feel steady, close your eyes. Squeeze thighs, squeeze glutes to pull you up. Inhale. Separate your feet. This time, actually, if it's okay to bring big toes together, sit back in your chair with your toes, knees together. Reach your tail back. Little twist. Exhale, right arm back. Inhale forward. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale forward. Hands in prayer. Sit back a little more. Exhale, left elbow, right thigh. If that's too much twist, separate your feet and put left elbow on your left thigh, or do the twist we've already done. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Back into your low chair. Bend your knees. Bring hands to heart. Pull your sternum forward as you breathe in. Exhale, twist to your left. Maybe right elbow all the way to the outside of left thigh. Or separate feet and hook it right on the right thigh. Open arm variation, still welcome. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Option to step back into downward dog or exhale into a forward fold. Downward dog, stay and breathe. If you're standing on your 2 feet, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastitihi. We'll meet in Warrior 2, right foot forward. Right knee bent. Draw your left hip back in line with your left heel. So there's a sense of the shoulders bouncing right over your hips, no twist in the spine. It's not incorrect to do your Warrior 2 with a little bit of twist, but I want to do shoulder shrugs. I want your spine totally free. If you want to stand or sit in any other position for shoulder shrugs, that's fine too. Those of you choosing the warrior, embody the warrior, press your feet down, feel your own strength as your legs heat up. Take a huge breath into your upper back. Hold this breath in, hike your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze the tops of the shoulders back, and exhale, squeeze and pull them down into your upper back. Relax shoulders, relax arms. Inhale, fill upper back with breath. Exhale, middle angles of the shoulder blades try to touch each other. See if you can keep your arms relaxed and use your back muscles to squeeze and pull down. One more on this side. Inhale, fill the upper back. Exhale, bottom angles of the shoulder blades try to touch. Here, the arms can help by bending elbows and squeezing elbows towards each other behind you. Breathe the back ribs out. Exhale, relax your arms. Straighten your legs. Turn the toes in, wide angled stance, hands to hips. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. If you're not forward folding today, choose 5-pointed star instead. Forward folds any variation. If you want to sway or bend a knee at times to get some breath into your hamstrings, you're welcome to dance it out. Of course, you can simply be still and send breath into the tighter areas. Okay. Forward folds. Inhale to a long spine. Bring your hands to your hips. 5-pointed stars can bring hands to hips. Inhale, come up to standing. Warrior 2, left toes out. And draw right hip back in line with right heel. Relax your shoulders completely. Another round of shoulder shrugs. Huge breath fills the upper back. Feel the space between your shoulders broaden. Hold this breath in. Hike shoulders up to ears. Keep drawing them up as you squeeze them back. And exhale, squeeze and pull down, possibly with relaxed arms. Good. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale, widen your upper back to your breath. Exhale, middle angles of the shoulder blades pull in and pull down. Good. Inhale, fill upper back. Exhale, bottom angles of the shoulder blades try to touch. Here, the elbows can help by trying to pull together behind you. Everything moving down to your tail, tail straight down to the ground. Relax your arms. Straighten your legs, turn your left toes in. If interlacing hands is okay for you, clasp hands behind your back. Bring the palms to touch and then straighten your arms so your wrists are straight. Option of forward fold. Or you can choose to stay upright. If this clasp does not work for you, but you have something you can pull on, like a strap or a dish towel or a shirt that's lying around, hold that between your hands, wrists straight, and pull on it so the shoulder blades dig into upper back, but you don't feel pressure on any of the joints. Good. Forward folds. If you feel safe coming up wall bound, reach through your knuckles. Pretend to pull the feet towards each other so your legs help you up. Of course, you can release your hands and let them help too. Release hands. Horse stance. Angle the toes out, bend the knees. Let's do hand exercises. Again, hand exercises. So if you need to get off your horse, come into a standing or sitting posture of your choice. Arms spread wide, palms spread open, same direction as your heart. Take a huge breath in and articulating one finger at a time. Start by curling in the pinky finger, then the ring fingers, middle fingers, index, and then rest your thumb on top. So your thumb is right on top of your hand, like you're holding a giant kettle of water. Start to pour the water out to the sides. Stretching thumb side of wrist, broadening through the collarbones. Spread your hands. Once again, articulating one finger at a time. Start with your thumb and then curl over index finger, middle finger, ring fingers, pinky fingers. Turn your fingernails down to the ground, backs of hands to the sky. Inhale, punch out, widen through your shoulders and your collar. Exhale, turn your fists down, stretching the backside of your wrist and forearm. Relax your hands, straighten your legs. Turn your toes in. Inhale, flat back, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. If you're not folding all the way, we're coming to a flat back anyway, so maybe you put your hands on your blocks. Forward folds, inhale to a long spine, come onto blocks or fingertips, windmilling triangle. Exhale, pull the low ribs up into your belly. Breathe the back ribs out, turn your chest to the right. Right arm opens. Exhale, center. Again, inflate low back ribs. Inhale, left arm opens. Exhale, center. Do that 1 or 2 more times to each side. When you are complete, you can release into a forward fold or return up to standing on your breath. Forward folds, inhale to a flat back, hands to your waist. And then come all the way up, bend your knees as much as you need to come up. Everyone step your feet back together. I want to do twisting chair variations. I love twisting chair on the wall. I don't have the wall here, so I'm going to use a chair. So here's one option. If you guys have a surface you can put your hands on, you'll stand about a forearm's distance away from the wall. This is my imaginary wall. Sit in your chair. Bring both hands over onto the wall like you're one of those Florida lizards trying to climb up the wall. Suction cup yourself to the wall and start to drag your heart forward, pull your left hip back. That's one variation. If you're not working with the wall and your knees are healthy, you are welcome to come into a low squatting chair, Pashasana prep, whether it's a balance or your hands down for a little twist and spinal stretch to the left side spine. So choose one of those and take 5 breaths. Please unmute yourselves if you have questions. That was a lot of direction. And I recommend releasing into forward fold or return to standing. And come to the other side. Either turn around for your twisting chair on the wall or your Pashasana squat. Twisting chair, lower down as low as you please. And release into forward fold or come back to standing when you feel complete. Let's find our way down to our seats. You can come down any way you like. Those of you with healthy knees, if you want to dance your way down through Malasana, separate your feet a little wider than hips width, bend your knees, and take a few breaths in high squat, dancing your hips side to side. And that might be enough before you decide to put your hands down and sit down. And healthy knees, no knee issues whatsoever, might keep coming down into your low squat. And then eventually come down onto your seat with control. Marich, let's do Janu Sirsasana first. Left leg straight, right knee open. Turn your body, your belly towards your left thigh for hamstring stretch. Forward fold. I'm not going to be precious with the technique of this. There's lots of ways to do this hamstring stretch. You might simply release your neck and feel your hamstrings from there. Or you might be working your lengthening spine, as long as you're not feeling any pain, pressure in your low back. You're not doing it incorrectly. Inhale, glance towards your toes. Exhale to come up to your seat. Other side, right leg out, left knee open. And depending what's going on with your hips, left knee might not be too far back. Your hips stay square towards the right leg for your hamstring stretch. Some of you want to pull your left knee back so there's a little twist and fold, a little more hip action. That's fine. That is correct in some yogas. And if it's in your practice, close your eyes. And close your eyes and track your breath through the stretch. Search out those areas that are starting to unwind. And of course, you'll also find the areas that are resisting. Without judging or avoiding them, sense for unwinding around them. Making space for everything. Inhale, glance your eyes forward. Exhale to come up. Marichyasana A or modified B. I'll show variations of this. And you might choose just to do your hamstring stretch again. That's fine. Right foot on the floor. One hand's distance from your left leg. Left leg might be straight. Forward folding. With your shoulder inside, your knee hugging against your shoulder. It's okay if right hip comes off the earth while you're coming into this pose. Some of you will be able to hook your right arm around your right shin and maybe even bring left arm palm down around your back to catch your hands. Of course, you can set a towel or a strap there on your right hip to catch. If you're working the bind, you might want to tuck the left foot in so you're not also fighting with your hamstring. So you can choose which portion you want to focus on. And again, I find just forward folding with the right knee hugging in against my right shoulder and this part of my back going slack can be such a sweet relief for my hip. So there's no need to try to go anywhere. Be in the shape and breathe. Those of you starting to pretzel up, if you get confused, just let me know. I'll coach you through. And like I said, it's fine if you roll all the way onto left hip and right hip rises. Once you're fully pretzeled, then we'll focus on getting the right hip down, but that'll be next week's lesson. Inhale, glance eyes forward, pull your belly in, release any binds, and come on up. Changing sides, left knee up. And again, simple variation, folding to the inside of left knee. Right toes stay facing the sky, or if you prefer, you can tuck the right foot in. If you're feeling into the bind, you do want your shoulder very close to your knee. Thumb down so you can hook your armpit. And then if you bring your right arm around, start with the palm down. Good. One more breath. And possibly come out the way you came in. Good. Either tortoise variations or Baddha Konasana. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, and you can decide how close you want your feet in or out. The closer you have in, the more you'll get in the buttocks, hips. The further out is more the sides of the legs and low back. Further out, you might work into a tortoise, picking your knee up so you can bring your hand underneath it and on the other side, and essentially sit on yourself. And if you've got your shoulders pretty close to your knees, you're pretty curled in there like a tortoise, then maybe your hands come back by your hips and you start to get more into your shell. You have to do a lot of rocking to come in and out, so be mindful of that. Again, if you're not crawling into a shell, any forward fold. If you're done forward folding, you're starting to feel this in low back, come onto your back and do happy baby instead. It's essentially the same shape, except you have the ground to support your spine lengthening. I assume everyone has some animal to play with. Embody it for 3 more breaths. Those of you who started to crawl under yourselves, turn up your breath. You might need to do a little rock from hip to hip to crawl yourself back out. Come onto your backs. Spinal twist. Scoot your hips over to the right edge of your mat and pick your knees up. Any variation of twist. Maybe the knees are stacked. Maybe straighten left leg out or twist your root. Or of course, prop if you need something underneath your knees or between your 2 shins. And come on to the other side. Shavasana. We have a couple of minutes together for resting. If you prefer to take a nice longer or really adequate Shavasana, 5 to 7 minutes, feel free to turn off your computer so you can rest without distraction. Take a deep breath. Move your fingers and your toes. If the stretch sounds yummy, reach your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch and a yawn. Open your mouth jaw wide. Roll over to your side to crawl your way up to sitting with a relaxed neck. Still connected to earth on your way up. Palms together. Thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart. May we benefit from our practice. May our practice benefit not only us, may all beings in all the world know peace, be happy, healthy, safe. Namaste.